Has anybody seen Mark?
I could have sworn his name was on this. Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Hi, guys. I gotta admit, I'm a little nervous. This is gonna be a first, or at least a first for a while for me, so, Now, just, if this doesn't feel the same, you know, just know I'm trying here, right, okay? Just give me a chance. It has been returned to me. It is back. Please hold this.
My phone was in that bag.
Oh. Ooh. So nice. I want to thank Simple Eagle for returning this to me. It's not the same one. Not saying Simple Eagle stole it. Simple Eagle also had a version of this flannel that is the identical one, but this is the exact same. Oh, there. Simple Eagle is right there. Thank you so much. Everyone give a round of applause for Simple Eagle over there. Thank you so much for getting this back to me. You are a hero, true and true. Thank you. And also thank you, Wade, and thank you, Tyler, for being here. Welcome to the Markiplier and Friends panel. These are the only friends I have left.
We're down to 2.
2 now, just 2. Oh.
How many did it start at?
I don't know. How many friends did I ever have?
I'm just
All
here
of
for the
you
paycheck.
Wait, you're getting paid?
No!
Oh, okay. All right, then. Anyway, shall we sit? Shall we sit? Of course, we all are. I know it, you know it, we all know it. So, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you everybody who is on the live stream right now watching from home. We are going to be doing a relatively lean panel today. It'll be a lot of Q&A, a lot of reminiscing, because how many of you guys were at PAX East when we were doing our panel? Very few, very few. Oh, Enforcer was.
Right. Yeah, I see some
This is
hands.
spattering. It's funny because at PAX East, we announced that we were going on tour. And how many of you have seen one of our shows that we were going on tour at? Very few, like 3 or 4. Oh, Amy, thanks. Guys, Ethan was there. Yeah,
Ethan, you didn't see it. You were a part of it. You can't watch
You
it
didn't
and do
see
that.
it,
What
you
the
fake
heck?
fan. Don't even try. Shut up. Anyway. All right, but before we do that, the way we're going to be doing Q&A here is we're going to be doing it through Twitter. So we're going to be creating a hashtag, and we're going to be answering questions through there. We have a filter behind the stage to get the stupid questions out of the way, and then we're going to get to the good questions. Make sense? So we need a good hashtag. What do you guys think?
I heard.
That's about my interpretation.
Okay.
Oh, hashtag Lucky Flannel. Did someone say that?
Lucky flannel? Lucky flannel? That works.
That's it. That seems accurate.
I think
fitting.
hashtag Lucky Flannel. So if you go on Twitter and you type any tweet into the hashtag Lucky Flannel hashtag, we will be looking at those questions and we will have them prompt up before that. But before we get to anything, like once we have that underway, do one of you guys maybe want to tweet that out just so everyone knows, either on your Twitter or...
Wade, do you have your phone?
We discussed this. Oh, your broken and shattered phone. Is it still working?
I have no notifications, so probably.
Okay. Oh,
I'm kidding.
that's so sad.
It's fine.
All right, so we're going to tweet that out, but just to recap, it has been a crazy year since the last time we were in this room. How many people were at this panel last year? Let's get, there we go. A more spattering, but a lot of new faces in here. And last year, for those of you who were here with us, there was a monumental occasion that occurred right here on this stage.
I was here virtually. I was watching from home.
Yeah.
People. But Wade, well, I'll let you talk about it, but let me say words first. You know how I love to do that.
Oh, I do.
Let me talk about
I do.
your monumental
Please,
event.
by all means.
I remember it like it was yesterday. We were all such much younger people back then, full of vim and vigor and more hair, and we just had this. It was the only time like we've ever been nervous on stage. Like I don't get nervous when it comes to talking to you guys or public speaking in general. Like, but Wade told us that he was going to propose to Molly right before we went on stage, and we were all just shaking in our boots like, oh my God, oh no, our big boyfriend here, he's gonna get
There are a couple words that are questionable in that last sentence.
our big boyfriend here. You don't like that?
Can we go with average-sized male friend?
Our big boyfriend here.
We'll stick with that.
No, yeah, but anyway, carry on. Like, I know you probably had some thoughts on the matter.
Oh, yes. So by right before, he means the day before. They had a full 24 hours to prepare and not make me poop bricks. But, alas, it's funny. The day before the panel, Mark and Amy wanted to run to find Mark a flannel.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
They came to our hotel and they're like, hey, let's leave to go get a flannel. And Molly was still up in the room and I was like, well, I need to get away to talk to Mark anyway. So I went off with them and I was like, yeah, sure. And I told him what my plan was. And meanwhile, Molly's like, where are you? You said you were coming right back up to the room. Why are you not here? I'm suspicious. Something is wrong. It's like, you know, shopping for clothes for Mark.
As you do.
As I normally do. But I told Mark, and I told Bob, and I told Jack, and they were all like, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be fine. And so right before the panel started, Mark was, I've never been nervous before a panel before. It's me. I'm brimming with confidence. What happened? What if I screw this up? I can't screw this up. And Jack was like, oh, I'm excited for you. And then there's Bob, who's, I did it. I mean, I proposed. It's whatever. And so I was like, Bob, I wish I were you, but these two were. And so we walked out here, and after the panel was over, Molly's like, you guys walked out like you were constipated or something. You know, we normally walk out and we're like, but I guess last year we walked out like,
Like we were going up to I remember it. Like I remember we were all filtering over here, and I was just leading the pack. I'm like, hey, how's it going, guys?
I think I was like talking to myself. I was quoting like Rugrats. I was like, you're a big brave dog. You're a big brave dog.
You're a big brave boy.
Big brave boyfriend.
And you know, thankfully, I got through that horribly stressful event, and I feel so much better 1 year later. No, I'm so proud of Wade, and I'm so proud of Tyler for coming like through this whole year together. And I'm so proud of all my friends who are joining me here in the front few rows here. And all of you guys who have come back after another year. And everyone watching at home, just thank you everybody for being here on another year. We've got so much that happened over this past year, not only with the engagement, but immediately after that, you know, we started down this road where Tyler came out to LA to help me make videos. And we started rolling through some... All right, that's enough, that's enough. His ego's big enough, and there's only one big ego on the stage here. Yeah. Shush.
Wait, shouldn't we have said, you're welcome? Is it too late for that?
Yeah, the name of the tour was the You're Welcome Tour, and it was wonderful. And actually, I want to say, there's not much I can say about it right now, but expect the dates and the times and it to go on sale very soon. But we are touring again next month is when we're going back out on tour. January and February as well. So we'll be going on many, many more shows. Consider what we did in the summer just like a small teaser of what we got. We really refined down the show, and we're very happy with where it is right now. So you'll be seeing more details about that very soon on my channel. As soon as I start posting any videos at all, that'd be wonderful, you know, if I could do that.
Yeah, that week of terrible internet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We just got done filming a big project. Again, I can't talk about too much about it, but it's coming in. What? No, Amy, I'm not going to spoil anything. Hey, hang on. Amy's getting all stressed here that I'm going to spoil. It was a really cool thing, and I was away for a week, and I wasn't able to post any videos because there was, like, no internet, and I had tons of stuff, and it was super awesome, but that's about as much as I can say of it because we've still got a few more weeks of work, and we're going to get to that in a second. Anyway, what else were we talking about? What were we talking about?
We were talking about tour last before that.
Oh,
so-
yeah. If you tell us about your guys' experience on the tour, like what it was like for you to be on stage, because we're on stage with you guys right now, but it was just very different because there was actually something at stake. Like here, we could just say whatever we want, and you guys probably would accept it. I don't know about your standards for entertainment, but the tour, like we had like a script all set up and ready. What are you laughing at?
They have no standards. We already know. They watch us. I was talking about this backstage. I was like, I woke up an hour before the panel. There's people that's been in lines. It's like 5 a.m. They're coming here to expect a great show. 10 minutes before we came out, we're like, so what do you guys want to do out there today? And that was like the epitome of like
5 minutes before, and I had my guitar case up like, guys, I got a great goof. I'm gonna put my flannel in. They're all gonna be like, oh, he's gonna play something. And I'm like, no quality here, just my shirt. And then I put it on. That's as far as I thought out this panel.
Even if you didn't know you had no standards, now you know.
I think this is the first time I've heard them cheer with you putting on clothes.
Oh.
That's what happens as you get older.
For those of you who didn't know, my tour had me taking off a gratuitous amount of clothes.
Actually, it had us taking off a
That's
gratuitous
right,
amount of
you
your
guys
clothes.
took off my clothes. Yeah, you missed a great show. If you didn't come to the tour, oh man, there's more waiting for you if you come back around again. But yeah, I was down to my underwear. I'm not afraid to say it. That's such as the way it was. But anyway, back to you guys. I like how I was like, how about we get you guys' opinions about the tour? But before you do that, let me talk for another 5 minutes. Anyway, go. I'll shut up now.
You want to lead?
Leave. Okay, bye. That's what I heard. I didn't hear the. Never mind. Anyway, this is my first time at PAX West. This is my first time in Seattle. So I've had a great time meeting all of you guys, whether it was walking around or at the signing, and then obviously here. But with regards to the tour, I think the coolest thing was when I first started working on it and coming up with the idea of how it was going to work. And really it was kind of like when we started rehearsal more than anything else. We had an idea, but then we never worked on it. And how everything came together. Wait
a minute.
No, we never did
We worked on it for months.
We didn't do it.
We didn't work on this idea here. We worked on that idea.
Well, yeah,
All right,
to an
carry on.
extent.
Okay.
Anyway, but honestly, like the first few days of rehearsal, when they had planned out this whole segment for us, and we were able to get a complete run through the first day, was probably my favorite moment because they recorded that, and we were laughing hysterically when Bob fell.
Oh, I wasn't laughing hysterically.
He was laughing
I wasn't
hysterically.
laughing only because my job was to be on the opposite side of the room, and I had no idea it happened.
After you pulled my tutu off.
After I pulled your tutu off.
There's a lot of obscure things. You'll see them later. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Key point, Bob was okay, and he was running to my side of the stage and was laughing. I had to run on stage after that, and I had to try and hold it together to put more clothes on you.
Thank you.
Wade and Bob and Ethan took them off. I put them on.
I'll take off clothes right now. Don't you dare.
No.
I'll take off. I like this flannel. I'm gonna put it back on. It's cold on stage here. I don't want.
No, but
It's a little chilly up here. I'm not sure if you would be doing yourself any service.
Got it. All right.
honestly, it was just great with the rehearsal and being able to hang out with the guys and actually have a little bit of downtime with the tour bus and everything that was going on, because it was the first time in a long time where we were all together, other than when we were really working hard to put the show together and practicing before we went to rehearsal. And when it came together and it was the last show and the culmination of it all was absolutely incredible. And you guys, it's just a great reception. It was like my first time ever doing something that big, and it was extremely heartfelt, and it was extremely wonderful. And love you, Tyler. Oh, love you.
All right, wait.
I'm glad Mickey Mouse is in the audience. Good job, Tyler. So my experience with the tour, being as I still live in Cincinnati and I'm not out in LA, these guys have been working on it very diligently for.
Working on it.
You came out.
Bob and I flew out to LA. We had a 5-day grind where we were gonna learn improv, see improv, and also plan out the show. And so we got there. And then the first day, we woke up pretty early, early for me, which is 8 a.m. And we started practicing improv with Rachel, who was a fantastic teacher. I think we went from 9 till 1 or something like that. And then we went to go plan the show, and it's I'm eager to see what these guys have. And they're like, all right, we're gonna have some segments. We want the fans to be a part of it, and we want to do some of the improv we're practicing. It's all right, and what else? And we're gonna figure that out this week. We have 5 days. So it was a little intimidating because we were okay, we got to pick some stuff. But honestly, by the end, it was a really fantastic week. We not only learned a lot of improv, but we were all very diligently working, except for Ethan, on trying to figure out. He really liked lunch.
What are you talking about? He skipped lunch one day to go and record his own
We
stuff.
all know he went to a steakhouse. There are pictures. But we planned out the show for I'm lying. I admit it. Ethan, you're awesome. But we worked really hard for 5 or 6 hours on the show each day, and by the end of the week, we were really confident in what we'd come up with. And it was just really cool to see how a bunch of idiot goofs like us could come together and really build a show that we felt like we would be really proud of to present to you guys. And then whenever we flew out to practice the show right before, I think we flew out on a Friday. Our first show was the following Wednesday. We had done no rehearsals. We'd never seen what it actually was going to look like. And the first day it was we have 4 days to learn an entire show that we're going to be putting on. Can we do this? And midway by the end of the first day, we pretty much had it down. We were halfway through the show, and the other half was a lot simpler than the first. And we felt great about it. And honestly, having you guys there was so much better than not, because stripping Mark in front of applause is a little bit more comfortable than stripping him just with nobody there. There's just something about the silent, sweat-dripping noises of pulling off Mark's clothes that felt like we were creating a very different show.
I really forgot there was no crowd at that point.
Yeah, that's right. We had just the audio guys in the back, and our director was just the only people there. It was 5 people total in the back, and we're doing the whole opener. They take off my pants, and it's ta-da, this is where laughter should be, and you just hear, ah.
And then our director would be like, can you guys run through that one more time? Okay.
I'm very shamefully all right, yes, sir, here we go. And then I put my clothes back on, and then we just do it all again. But to have that first crowd there and feel just the enthusiasm and genuine laughter, because it's that conundrum where you practice something so much, all the joy and comedy is ripped out from under it, so you don't think it's funny anymore. And then you see an audience with fresh eyes. There are 4 people that saw that show. If I'd have planned ahead, this is where I would show a sizzle reel of a compilation of the best moments from the show. But I'm flying by the seat of my ass, so I know. So we don't have that, but this is where it would go. And next time I'll remember to actually do that. But it was just so fun to see that and just be among you guys. And I gotta tell you, I was trying to describe it. There's some Make-A-Wish kids here, and I remember I was telling. Hello. Yeah. So I was telling them, I was trying to replicate the experience of that feeling, because there's someone with a poster. Is that from our tour? Oh, well, whatever. Thank you, but not now. It was just that feeling of the all quiet. The silence before the show, because we have this animation made by Gritty Sugar that's our opening segment, and it's just as soon as the lights go down, it's just, and then the music kicks up, And as soon as like that first bit of animation comes in, you just hear this raucous roar. And it hit all of us like, oh my God, it's on, it's happening now. We got 30 seconds to be out there and meet a strip. It's happening. And then just the biggest rush. Like, it's so much fun. Like, these moments where we get to talk candidly with you are like really humanizing moments where I get to tell you like how that feels. But those shows are a totally different beast where we're actually trying. We're actually trying to be funny, or we're actually trying to be entertaining, and like there's things at stake, and you know, if we're not funny, you guys are so nice, you would forgive us anyway, probably. And then it's just such an amazing thing, and I gotta thank like having such an amazing audience like you guys is just the crux of everything about that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Anyway,
Just one quick point I want to add to this is by the end of the tour, our last 2 days of the tour, we had 4 shows in 48 hours, and we were pretty exhausted by that point. We've been trying to sleep on a bus, and our driver was like GTAing it around, just trying to get us to each venue as early as possible so that we could set up.
Oh yeah, we almost died on the way there. I totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
That was a fun experience when all of a sudden our bus driver forgot an exit and was just like a whole like 18-foot plus a trailer bus just suddenly careens over 3 lanes to get into the exit. Yeah. That was fun. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So we had like the 2 shows each day, and we were pretty beat by that point. Like we were sitting there, we got into costume, we were standing on backstage, like you guys had already filled the audience, and we were like, oh, we gotta get the energy for this. And then the music, like somewhere, like the last song they play, which lasts like 10 minutes. It was a very long last song.
Yeah, it's weird.
The lights like dim to half, and just everyone cheers at that moment. That's like the first injection of just like, they're there, they're there, they're there, they're there. Oh man, okay, this is happening. And then like he said, the animation would play, and like the animation, not to spoil anything, would kind of like show us at some point, and there were just loud eruptions of cheers each time. And it is you guys that gave us the energy to do each show. And I felt like our 4 last shows were fantastic shows, despite the fact we were exhausted and barely functional before and after each one. So
I feel like to describe that moment was like when ice water gets injected into your veins. So you just
everyone,
wake
you know when you inject ice water into your veins. You know, everyone
right
did it in high school.
Before this, we were just injecting ice water. Give me that water.
There's a reason I said like.
Oh, okay, continue.
That was it. That's all I had.
Oh, okay. All right then. All right, so when you guys go home and shoot up your ice water, you know, just remember that's how we felt when you were doing the show.
Don't do that.
If you ever have something to be wide awake for,
I don't even want to know what you said. I'm sure it was great and hilarious. Anyway, so all right, we're gonna finally go on to questions. We've been talking about ourselves too much, talking about myself too much. Anyway, so we're gonna move on to questions. I'll read the first one. Oh, we've also promised that one of these questions, each of us has to at least for one of the questions. It doesn't have to be the same question, but we have to answer in an interpretive dance, like we just agreed that. That was something that we have to do. All right. So from @TrashAndTrashier. If you could get rid of one trend forever, what would it be?
I've got an interpretive dance for this one.
Oh, go for it.
All right.
Off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Oh, please.
I knew it.
All right.
Knew it.
What the heck? What was this? I've never
seen that either. What is that?
What is? Is that the new dab? I know you
did that.
Didn't he? Am I crazy? Did I see? He went like this.
What was
You
it?
did that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm crazy? I know that, but my eyes aren't crazy.
Only part of me is crazy.
99%
It's my left
of me.
foot.
My knees are crazy, but
Oh God.
not that. crazy.
You were just like looking past me. I'm crazy.
You're talking to someone, you look at their forehead, you're just slightly above, just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, sorry, yeah, I agree, yeah. I think dabbing has run its course. Like, I think we're all agreed. How about we all just give it one last send-off, okay? This will be the last dab of Mary Jane.
How
and
many
that'll
people
be the end.
believe this will be the last time Mark dabbed?
No. This is gonna be the last dab. Hey, if you join me, give me the power of your dab and we'll kill it, okay? It's like, All right, so this is the last one. You guys ready? All right, hey, you gotta join me too.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Are we going left or right?
Whatever, I don't care. All right, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye!
Oh, we're holding it.
That is dead. It's dead forever. Why didn't I say bye-bye? That would have been hilarious. I don't know. It's gone. And now this is it. This is the new thing.
Yeah.
I really don't think I did that.
You
You did it!
You did that. You did that. You don't tell me you didn't.
Hey, we can just go and watch it back on stream.
No, you can't.
It
My
gets
eyes are not
archived.
crazy. I'm not crazy.
Why do you keep looking past me when you tell me that? I'm not crazy.
I'm not. All right, what? Shh. Tyler, what trend would you abolish?
I'm not a trendy person. I don't know trends.
He wants to get rid of all trends.
All trends must die.
All right. The one trend that
I'm Tyler. And I've got moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. It's a good trend, though. You don't
It
want
is.
that to
I
die.
did that yesterday.
You did?
It's grown on me. It's grown on me. Because people come up to me and go, I'm Tyler. And I go, no, you're not. I'm Tyler. So the one that really bothered me was the whole damn Daniel. And the white, whoa, you're really chugging that water. That one always just kind of, it was just kind of like,
First try.
it was just one of those that everybody was doing it so frequently, just like, damn, Daniel.
That is not how it went at all.
Hey, well,
You
they
know
were doing
that
that.
whole
That was
trend
how
of-
I visioned it because it made me feel.
Yeah, you know that trend of damn Daniel. Damn.
Well, I'll be damned there, Daniel.
Well, damn Daniel. Daniel, get out of the door.
Anyway, that would be the trend I'd get rid of.
Oh, good. Okay, were you talking? I didn't notice we were doing a bit.
Yeah, no, I was ending the bit by talking there.
Okay, cool. All right. So thank you for that. Next question is from @LexiTrex. Have you ever had a dream about someone else on stage before? Wait.
Wait, hold on.
All right, let's math this one out. Me on stage or someone else being me on stage?
I mean,
Oh, these guys.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chica's right here.
No, I'm trying to remember. You remember that? Like the craziest dream I ever had. It was like in high school. I can't remember when it was. It involved you, and a lot of death.
Yeah, there was a lot of death.
There was a lot of death, and I have nightmares a lot, and it's just like, oh, whatever. I don't care. It was something about Tyler going on a rampage, in like. I don't know, it was like in some desert somewhere. There was a Western involved, a lot of birds exploded. I mean, like the sun crashed into the earth. It was very apocalyptic, which I guess now is very, very, very true to his name. But yeah, I have frequent dreams about everybody. Yeah, even you guys.
I honestly, when Wade and Molly got proposed, or got engaged, got proposed.
to the same day.
Got proposed to. I obviously, like, I'm gonna be at their wedding, like, and I'm really excited about that. I've had a dream about their wedding a couple of times, and just being there for that.
Was it awesome?
No, it was me making a. No,
At least you're honest.
it was me. making a joke at your expense, and for some reason, your tux was just your underwear. And Molly was really confused.
Molly.
Was really confused. But that's as far as the dream went, because I was giving a good speech about how your story and everything.
So the speech was good, the wedding wasn't.
The speech was great, but you were running around. Hey, it was my dream. I control it.
Okay.
You were running around trying to dance with everybody in your underwear, so.
My favorite line, the speech was great, but the wedding wasn't. No, the speech was great. That's so brutal. Anyway, your turn.
You were in your underwear. I don't consider that
It's
a great
his wedding.
I guess.
Well, it's Molly's
Keep your
wedding.
opinions to yourself. Whoa, okay. I'm cooling off a bit. So Mark and I recorded a bit that never saw the light of day a few years back, where because the lighting was sucked and we sucked, but we spent like 9 hours in one day recording this bit about how Mark was Molly and I was like having this night. It was like Slenderman's nightmare.
I remember this.
And like the punchline of the bit was me like waking up from this nightmare, and then I like went to check on Molly, and it was just Mark there in her wig. And I actually like fully dreamed out the sequence like a couple nights later to where I thought I was like checking on Molly, and I like in my dream I'm like, oh God, this looks familiar. Oh God! Because it's like he doesn't say anything. He just like turns over and like smiles with like his wig around him. I think there's a photo out there floating somewhere where you were wearing the dress and the wig, isn't there?
Oh yeah, it crops up every once in a while.
Wasn't there a video of your brother wearing the wig and
Yeah, there's
saying
a video
something?
on Mark's channel that my brother would love if everyone would watch.
Yeah, wait, what's it called? I gotta remember
I
that.
don't
Hang on, you
remember.
keep
All I know is
talking,
he's
I'll
like,
look it
oh,
up.
I love you too. I love you too.
I think that's what the name of the video was.
I don't know.
Is that what it was? I love you. Is that a video on my channel? I gotta look that up. No,
Yeah,
not
the only
Jake
dream I have
Paul.
is
I love
Mark
you,
in a
bro.
dress
Not that
pretending to be
one.
Molly in my bed. Take it as you will.
Read the next question.
Read the next one. Tyler, you want to?
What inspired you to start YouTube? And this is.
I think we're just.
I wasn't. I was gonna say it,
You
but
just read the bottom line
go ahead,
first,
take
I
over.
understand.
Yeah.
From Josh D at Null Rug. It's all typed out just like that. By talking into the water. Go ahead, Tyler. I've slept a lot. I have no excuses. Oh, I guess, Tyler, what inspired you to start YouTube?
A phone call from Mark saying, "Hey, you want to come out to LA and work with me?"
It's funny. He was next to me in bed when he called you.
Also, I just tweeted out the video. It's called I Love You. I just tweeted. It's in the hashtag Lucky Flannel. Everyone, please stop watching us on stage. Please pull your phones up and watch that right now. That is an amazing video. I hope that tweet went out okay. I have no idea. I didn't spell check. I was laughing too hard.
Did you answer the phone call? Did you want to elaborate?
No.
That was how I was inspired, because that's how I ended up being on YouTube.
I'll go next because Mark's the real reason I started, and I'll let him expound upon what got him into it. But Mark invited me to join him for like a charity stream and then just a regular Minecraft stream where I first met Zombie Mold, then we did Drunk Minecraft and everything. But doing the charity work and just getting to play games with friends and finding fun in life in a time where I was really depressed and not enjoying life, and I was struggling to find my passions. We all go through it, don't all me. We all go through it. Everyone here deserves a pat on the back for being here and making it through. But it's important to reach out to friends and family and loved ones and just try things whenever you're in that state of mind and not barricade yourself. Yeah, it's just like that. It's really sad. But you know, he reached out, and I found fun again, and I was enjoying myself. And then people started subscribing to this stupid username I made up, Lard Mignon 777 or something.
I told you to change it so many times.
I really wish I'd listened. I made a mistake.
I remember your excuse. You're like, no, I already got like 100 subscribers on that channel. Like, I can't change
That's
it.
a lot of people.
It was at the time, yes, but I was like, they'll follow you. They'll follow you.
I didn't believe that. Why would they follow?
I don't know. The Lord Minion 777.
That's
Sorry.
Instagram, I think, because someone stole mine.
That's already taken too on YouTube.
Oh, good.
Oh.
But yeah, just spending time with Mark and Bob on Drunk Minecraft and having you guys make really nice comments and enjoy our camaraderie. Because we got along so well on Drunk Minecraft.
We sure did. No, I can't drink.
But that's what got me started.
Yeah, I've talked about what got me started a lot. So as opposed to answer, I'll give you the overview. It's just like I was in a down part of my life and I needed an outlet for my own creativity. So I just tried a whole bunch of different things, writing, drawing, like programming, and then I landed on making YouTube videos, and that's what took off. But I want to tell a story about the first time that Wade and I really started to become friends, because we'd known each other for a long time. And in a way, Tyler, we had been hanging out in the same friend group, but for some reason, like Wade and I had never really talked one-on-one. I remember it like very clearly. He asked me to help him build a computer, because Diablo 3 was coming out, and we were like, oh, he loved Diablo 2, and I was like, oh, I would love to help you. And I can't remember, was this before or after I had started making videos?
This was after you started making videos. I believe this was like June or July.
It was only like 1 or 2 months after I started making videos. And so Wade asked me to help him out, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I would love to play Diablo 3. I would love to stream Diablo 3. Like, I would love to play with you. And then we went out, and I remember us in Micro Center, and I was like gibbering your head off. Because I had worked at this same place. It's called Micro Center Mall in Cincinnati. If any of you who know what it is, you don't care. It's not something to cheer over. But it's just this place. No, I said no. Stop doing the opposite of what I say. But then, like, I remember that moment because it was a catalyst. Because he simply reached out to me, and he was like, I want to build a computer, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll help you. And then from then on, like, we just started playing together. And then, like, he would hang out in charity streams, and we would just talk more and more. And then when I was in like the lost portion of like, when my first channel got banned, and I was like, I don't know if I want to start out, like, Wade was really like the guy that I turned to, and he understood. Like, he understood. As much as I say, like, I found it myself, like, I really didn't. Like, he understood the value of what I had even before I knew what it was. Because the words were something similar, like you've got all the potential in the world right here in your hand. And you can let it go, like you really could. You could let it go right now, and you could move on to something else, or you can hold on to it, and like the whole world will be in your hands, like right here. And that stuck with me for a long time, and that's when we really started. And then Tyler, of course, helped out afterwards just as much, helping me out on the first charity live streams that I did. Not the first, but like the UNOS, UNOS United Network for Organ Sharing.
You got it.
I got it. Yeah, the United Network for Organ Sharing. We did it in the fall of like 2012, and just like all those small moments, like the small moments when you have what seems like a very simple decision at the time that turns into something profound. You have to turn to your friends, and you have to thank them, and you have to be like, Wade, you are responsible for me. Keep going. Like, I may have reached the conclusion on my own, but without your guidance, I wouldn't have been there. And like Tyler, without your help and all that I was doing, like, I wouldn't have gone as far as I did, because I wouldn't have believed in myself as much as you believed in me. And those are the moments when you really need to turn to your friends and be like, and everyone in the front row, like I've known everyone here. Oh, thank you. But thank you very much. In each small part, like in like walking down the stairs of time of how long you've known your friends, like you have to turn to each one of them and say, like, I may have only known Ethan personally for a little less than a year now, like working with him every day, but he's instrumental to like me finding like more ways to entertain people in videos that I do. Amy, I've known for 2 years now, and like she's so important to me and what I do. And like each person out here that I've known, like, and even you guys that I remember, like I remember you were at the signing yesterday in the Tiny Bucks Sim shirt. There's people that I remember, and I have to be grateful for those moments where, like, I remember. And I feel bad because I don't remember them all, but in you guys' lives, you have to recognize the people that helped you get to where you are today, even if they were just a tiny portion. Like, just saying thank you for that small thing is so essential for your own progress as a person. So
One of the coolest things that happened whenever you started your channel, your second channel, I remember whenever you said you were going to do it, you re-uploaded every video from your first channel. And I remember virtually every person that was subscribed to you resubscribed, and they went through and liked and shared every video again on the new channel. And I remember how much that touched you and how much that was like one of the realizations, the moments for me where I realized how powerful an audience can be and how much they can move us.
yeah.
Was because they went out of their way to watch a video they'd already seen again, to comment and like, to help get you back to where you were. And that was all of you guys, again, inspiring us to move forward.
So,
And when that happened, I'd just gone to Colorado for school, and obviously I was going somewhere where I really didn't have anybody out there. And watching Drunk Minecraft felt like I was hanging out with my friends again. And being able to watch those streams and do stuff like that was a huge deal to me, because like I got to talk to you guys about what you guys were doing and be a part of it in the tiniest bit, and it helped me stay connected with you guys, and that was a big part of keeping me sane when I was in grad school.
And it all comes down, I think, to honesty. Like, not being like honesty is the best policy, but honesty, like in talking to your friends, like giving me your honest opinion, because that's what you believed in me. If you didn't believe in me, I would want you to still be honest with me, like, well, maybe it's time to hang it up, but he believed in me. And my request for people to help me out with the new channel when I started, it was an honest gesture. Like, I honestly asked for your help, and you could have said no, and that would have been fine, but the honesty is like the foundation of this channel, and I just got to give it to you guys for being there for me from the beginning. So thank you, one and all, for being here with me. Anyway, all right.
As for Drunk Minecraft, everyone always talks about how much they love it, but for some reason I don't remember it that well.
Oh, I wonder why.
I don't know why.
That's weird.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Moving on, we've got for a question from random user 38408, who said, "What advice would you give to someone who is feeling overwhelmed in school?" And also a follow-up question from @SamsterFX45. How do you guys deal with stress? So, what advice for feeling overwhelmed, and how do you guys deal with stress? You want to lead this one?
I guess this is my opportunity for interpretive dance.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
I can only do so much because of my knee, so I'm going to try, but...
Oh. I didn't know what form of physical stress relief you were going for.
Well, you knew it was going to be one. There you go.
Good interpretive dance. You want to go next?
Oh, man. So,
I'll get another question for my interpretive dance.
I'm one of those weird people who use stress as a motivator. Like, stress, for a lot of people, kind of bogs them down and prevents them from being able to do things. But I was like the ultimate, like, I was a really good student. I got straight A's in high school. But anytime I tried to do something ahead of time, I got like a C on it, and I hated it. So I was like, screw it. I'm doing this paper last minute. I don't care if it's 10 pages. I'm writing it the night before, and I'd get an A. And for some reason, my brain just worked better under pressure, so I always put everything off till last minute, which I don't recommend doing unless you have a similar mindset to me. But I performed much better under that stress. And I feel like with the tour too, as another example, whenever we were doing like warm-ups and warm-up improv in front of nobody, I felt very uncomfortable, like I was not funny and not enjoyable and I was not worth being on stage. And I felt very slightly better, but better when there was an audience. By that I mean you guys, honestly, the laughter, the feedback, like the stress of knowing that if I screw up now, everyone will see it. But for some reason, I felt like I did better under those circumstances, so I just flipped stress on its head and used it as motivation for myself.
That's awesome. And as far as anyone feeling overwhelmed in school, depending on whether it's high school, middle school, college, like the thing about school is you you get out of it what you put into it. So I know when you're feeling overwhelmed, it's because you're setting such high expectations for yourself. And I applaud the effort on that. And who am I to really talk about school? I dropped out of engineering school halfway through. But anyway, so dealing with stress in overwhelming situations is what, as Wade said, it's energizing sometimes. When you look at it from not the perspective of how much left you have to go, but how just immensely important the work is in the moment. Because when we were filming this big project that I won't talk about more of, but when we were filming it, we were working 16-hour days. Like five straight days of 16-hour days, nonstop work where I was playing multiple characters. You know, I would have to like call the shots, and I'm not, all right, this is okay. Amy's freaking out over there, but it's just like when I stopped and I looked around again, I saw my friends who were so involved in the project, and I saw how it was working, and I saw how every single ounce of effort that I put in was mirrored by everyone around me. So once again, when you're feeling overwhelmed, like you're not alone. And you shouldn't be alone. You shouldn't be alone in those moments of stress. And even if you feel alone, you know, there's always someone that can relate. Even if they may not be your friend in the moment, it can be very simple and it can be life-changing and profound just to reach out to someone and ask for just the modicum of help, like the tiniest bit, and seeing that you are not the only one struggling through these tough parts. So that's how I feel with you.
Quickly, to add one more part, Mark touched on this, but we all up here still feel overwhelmed. I remember the first PAX West I ever went to, the night before, we had to be at the airport. We had to leave for the airport at like 6:30 in the morning, and at 5 o'clock I was just finishing up a recording that I still had to edit and get a thumbnail for, and it was just that moment of like, I kind of eliminated choice. You can't choose when you have to do something. You have to just do it. You have to buckle down and get it done. Thankfully, now that Day's editing videos, life's a lot easier before I travel on these things and can go on tour and whatnot, so thank you, Day. But even before that, I was very lucky to have great friends. I had Molly at the house with me, encouraging me and helping me, like, oh, you gotta do it, so I guess you're not sleeping. Good luck. She's always very blunt, and I appreciate that. She's just, do it, don't sleep, get it done. You did this to yourself. And I needed that, but it's just we have to buckle down and do things. Even like the feeling of overwhelmed is because we're afraid of getting started because we don't think we're going to be able to. But once you start doing it, you just do it and get it done, whether it's homework or studying or whatever it is. So don't Shia LaBeouf here, but you know what to say to yourself quietly.
Can I change my trend to go away answer?
Hey, next question.
Next question.
Hurry.
You want to read this one?
I'm so good at reading today. This is from Sansi King at Sansi Life. What do you think your younger self would think of your job now? One of two things. What the hell happened? Or this is fucking awesome. That's my answer.
I'll dance.
I'll dance.
How young?
Just younger self.
How young? How young? Okay, younger self. All right.
I'm not sure if your younger self was a stripper or wanted to do ballet.
You don't know what I did before YouTube.
Well, I figured out the end. It was when he dove down the stairs.
That explains the crazy.
When you fake tripped over the table or whatever you did at the end there.
That's not what I was questioning. When did I dive down the stairs?
When you broke your arm.
You've got the facts mixed up, mister. Okay, what he's talking about is when I was young, and my brother and I were having a jump, how far up the stairs can you jump contest, like you all do, you know, when you were young and shooting ice water in your veins, like, you know, you're just like, I was standing at the top of the steps, like next to the door, and I'm like, hey, bro, watch me, I'm the best, and then I throw myself off the stairs, and I bounce off the couch cushions that we placed, for safety. I bounced off of those, and my head went right into a railing, and blood everywhere, and I was just like, I know, right? It was real cool. Anyway, so that's what he's talking about. When I broke my arm, that was when me and my brother were out at the playground, and we were having a how far out the monkey bars can you jump contest. And I was gonna win, and I was like standing at the precipice, so I was like, hey bro, watch this, it's really cool, look how cool I am. And I jumped, and I almost had it, and I didn't. I landed on the ground with my arm like that, and then there's a stair step right there, so that was real cool. Anyway, there was another part when I was a kid, me and my brother, we're out in the woods, and we're having a how many bees can you have on your body contest. And so we walk out to this bush where we saw a bee bush in our full winter clothes, like full head-to-toe jacket with hood zipped tight for safety. In the middle of summer, it was very hot. So we go out there and we're standing right now at the bee bush, and it's like they're on us, but they're not singing us. So I'm like, hey bro, watch this, look how cool I can be. And I take off my glove, I stick my hand right in the bee bush. Then the next thing I know, I'm running screaming towards the house, like, bees are stinging my hand. This is weird. So that was, and then again, there was another part where I was out in the woods.
Great answer to this question.
I was out in the woods with my brother, and we brought a saw with us into the woods because we were gonna make vines to swing on. You know how it is. So we were having a.
I actually did that.
Yeah, I know. We all did, right? You all did, right? So we had our big rusty saw, and we found a vine that looked good. So we're just like sawing it. And we were having a how far out the gorge can you jump contest. And I was gonna win, and I got on the vine, I was like, hey bro, look at this, look how cool I am. And then I swung out real far, the rope snapped, and I hit the ground, a thorn bush, like right in the thorn bush.
What Mark is taking 35 minutes to say is his younger self would think, I'm alive?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I checked
Quick,
the ice
give me some
water in
ice
his
water.
veins. He's good.
All right.
The interesting thing is, and this has less to do with my job, but in the stuff that I've been through in my life, is my younger self would be really proud. And that's not to be like self-centered in that I'm proud of myself, because I'm not, and I am at some points. There's always more I can do, and I always live that way. And just because going through my kidney transplant and getting through that process, and I mean, huge thanks to my brother, and sticking by my friends and being a part of their success and helping them and doing the things that I always like vouch to do. Like keeping my word is one of the biggest things that, like, it means a lot to me. If I say I'm gonna do something, I am dedicated to following through on that. And I know I forget things and I know I make mistakes, but I think that's how my younger self would view where I am today.
You've always had ice water when we needed it.
In my veins.
Anyway. I can't understand what they're saying. Are they saying smile always? Is that what they're saying? All right. Next question is from Wiggles the Clown. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? And what would you use it for?
I feel like Bobby's Wiggles the Clown.
Who?
Bobby.
Bobby. Oh, Bobby backstage?
Yeah, Bobby backstage.
Everyone give a hand for Backstage Bobby if we're getting all these questions. He's a hero, that man. He's a hero. True hero.
Backstage Bobby.
Backstage Bobby. All right. If I had a I'll go first. If I had a superpower, I've always thought that the greatest superpower would be to control time, right? Like that just, and not like the Doctor. No, just like, it just seems like the most useful, right? You could fly and go whoosh or whatever, do whatever, it's stupid. But then you could just be like, you could control time. Like, who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't pick that? Any moment you could just be like, I said something stupid. Let me just rewind that and not do that. Every time I was swinging out on a vine, I'd be like, oh, wait a minute.
We would be forever
Maybe this is
paused.
dumb. Then everybody, yeah, I'd forever pause so I can redo everything over and over again.
I need to do my intro again. Hold on. Let's do it again.
God, you know how many times I've done my intro. Catherine knows how many times I do my intro. Every video, there's at least like 2 to 15 minutes of me trying to do my intro, like in the beginning. You'd think I'd be good at it at this point. But yeah, control time, right?
And yet the intro to Drunk Minecraft was just like, nope, that's it. We don't do any retakes here.
I feel like we got to that point with the Markiplier Makes series where you're just like, yep, we're living with that one. And
What do you mean? The intro for Markiplier Makes is 20 goddamn minutes. Every time. Anyway, carry on. What are you guys saying?
Go ahead, Tyler.
I was just going to say that's after editing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Superpower.
Oh. I don't know. I've always wanted to be able to like change into anything imaginable, whether it's an animal or a chair or a rock or a table or anything. I could be a spaceship if I wanted to be a spaceship.
Your first example is chair. If you could do any
It was the
superpower,
first thing I saw in
a
front of me.
chair. I'm Tyler. I want to be a chair when I grow up.
It's all uphill from here, buddy.
What about you?
I don't know. I always like waver on this one. It'd be really cool just to be able to fly or something, but to hear someone, to be able to like read minds, I think would be really cool. As a kid, I was always faced with like really tough decisions. Like my mom and my dad had separated, and they were like, "Who do you want to come stay with this weekend?" and stuff like that. And I always hated that question because it was really sad, but I didn't want to disappoint one or the other. So to be able to read their minds and be like, "Oh, I'd love to have Wade. I don't want that little shit. All right, I know to go with this one." There's a good example. So keep it lighthearted. There we go.
All right, we got time enough for one more question. We're gonna. It's from Chelsea at Subtle Chels. What's been your favorite PAX memory? Who wants to lead this one off?
I mean, mine's very obvious.
Yeah, with that one. Yeah.
I proposed to Molly last year on this very stage. One year ago yesterday, actually, and we got to come see the Acquisitions Incorporated panel here yesterday, so we got to be back in the theater the day of, which was awesome. And her line, I don't know if you all know, her line to me whenever I asked her was the first words she'd ever said to me, recorded on Drunk Minecraft. It was, "Who wouldn't want to marry you?" And there's no moment I don't think that could ever top that at a PAX convention or anywhere. It was just it was an amazing moment, and I hate her for making me cry. Because I was holding it together. I was like keeping it lighthearted with you guys, like, I'm gonna pull out the ring and be all cool. And oh, Molly, you want to marry me? Who wouldn't want to marry you? Shit. Oh God, I wasn't ready. Like, just started melting into a pile of tears, and it was awesome.
So, my favorite memory from being at PAX, obviously this is my first PAX West, and only my third PAX. I have officially been to all three.
You haven't been to Australia. Sorry to burst your bubble. Just want to interject.
In the U.S. Anyway, was my very first PAX. It was PAX South, and I'd gone through a really tough time, and I wanted to get out and hang out with friends and meet up with friends. And I had met this group online playing Minecraft, and I met them for the first time in person at PAX South. I met and got to know Ethan so much better at PAX South, and that's when we really became friends. I got to hang out with Day and AJ and those people all at PAX South, and it's forever going to be my favorite memory because I'm continuing to build memories off of that with Ethan around, and those friends, I don't see them as often, but I have talked to them, and being able to see, like, and this is the first time in my life I got recognized by somebody who I always thought would was a big time YouTuber, and it was Cinnamon Toast Ken. And it was really weird because I had just been in videos with Mark and Wade because I had gone to LA to visit. And I was walking down the hallway and I'm like, hey, I know who that is. And we make eye contact and he goes, hey, I know who you are. You're Tyler. And I just full on stunned. I had never met him in person, but somehow he knew exactly who I was.
That beard is magical.
It has to be. But PAX South, just the entire thing of getting to know and hang out with those friends and being a part of that was a big deal to me. So that's my favorite PAX memory.
All right. Thanks for leaving me 5 seconds. All right, so as quick as I can, I'll say my favorite PAX memory was here a few years back when I said accidentally, like an idiot, that you didn't need a badge to come to the panel. It was horrible. I was a jerk for doing it because about 400 to 500 people got turned away from the door.
This is your favorite memory?
No, hang on, I'm getting to it. And I cackled maniacally behind stage. No, but then after we got done with the panel, it was like, that was like the first panel. And Wade and I were doing that panel, right? That was the first one, right?
I think it was.
Yeah, it was the first panel I've ever done. And then people would, yes, I heard from thank you. But then after that panel was done, it was great. It was a wonderful experience. I went out and met all these people in a park. Is anyone here from that moment? Oh my gosh, there are people from, oh my gosh. You guys that I met out in that field, like to this day, I see pictures and videos and that one little gif of me going, oh, to a baby, I was just like, oh, I see that to this day, and that's so special to me because, it just shows that, even though I messed up, and I wanted to atone for it, and that's not what I'm saying is my favorite. The favorite thing was that you guys waited for me in that park, and as soon as I rounded the corner, there was just this raucous cheer, and I thought you guys were going to be mad at me, and I thought that people were going to be upset, and I was like, oh, no, I'll be there as long as I need, and then you guys were all just happy.
Well, there was an ice cream truck that came in right behind.
That's true, yeah. But I just wanted to say, thank you for that. One of the biggest things I value is honesty, integrity, and loyalty above all. And it's just, thank you for allowing me to atone for my mistake and also just being there to support me when I thought you were going to be mad. That's amazing. So anyway, thank you. We're out of time. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you all. And as always, we'll see you in the next panel. Bye-bye!